We had another showdown yesterday between Rand Paul and Dr. Fauci. This has happened multiple times. We're talking monkeypox yesterday. Was that
something like that? I don't know.
The main thrust of this thing?
Oh, was Dimitri there in his little pentagram leather outfit? No?
I don't. He wasn't front and center, but he might have been in the background somewhere.
Uh-huh.
But here's what happened.
Well, let's see.
But she's had the flu for 14 days. Should she get a flu shot?
Pause this. So Rand Paul sets this up by playing on his little iPad there for Anthony Fauci, a refresher from 2004 when he was on C-SPAN, Dr. Fauci, and someone called in, had the flu. It was like, should I get the flu shot since I just had the flu? Anyway, so there you go.
But she's had the flu for 14 days. Should she get a flu shot?
Well, no. If she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be because the best vaccination is to get infected yourself.
And
So
she should not get it?
if she really has the flu, she definitely doesn't need a flu vaccine. If she really has the flu,
She should not get it again.
no, she doesn't need it because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
All right. So,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Huh. What's changed about that?
Yeah.
I guess our bodies work differently now.
Yeah.
Now it's completely
We've
different.
evolved.
We've evolved.
differently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been 18 years.
Yeah.
So, sure, we evolved quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised we're not headed back to monkeys. It's been so long since that clip.
Some days it feels like we're right there.
It does.
It sure does. How soon till you just start walking up? Oh my gosh! I was about to say you start seeing people just randomly throwing poop at each other.
That's already
San
going on.
Francisco's actually ahead of the curve on the de-evolution scale there.
Yep. Too late.
Okay then. Well,
Here's what the good senator though had to say to Fauci.
Actually, words don't lie. If you look at the words behind me, we can go over them a little bit at a time. She doesn't need it because the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
It is true. It is true, Senator. It is a very potent way to protect.
So when you're trying to tell us that kids need a third or a fourth vaccine, are you including the variability or the variable of previous infection in the studies? No, you're not. Because when you have approved vaccines in recent times, and the committees that have approved it for children don't report anything on hospitalization or death or transmission. They only report that if you give them the jab, they'll make antibodies. And you can give kids hundreds of jabs and they'll make antibodies every time, but that does not prove efficacy. So what you're doing is denying the very fundamental premise of immunology that previous infection does provide some sort of immunity. It's not in any of your studies. Almost none of your studies from the CDC or from the government have the variable of whether or not you've been previously infected. So let's look at adults. I've had 3 infections. Should I get a 4th one? If you're going to measure whether I get a 4th one, you need a category that has a 4th one in it, and you need one that has nothing in it, no vaccine or the 4th vaccine. But you also need to know whether they've been infected. If you ignore whether they've been infected, you're ignoring a vaccine, basically. So you're ignoring a variable. So what you're giving us is you decry, and people decry vaccine hesitancy. It's coming from the gobbledygook that you give us. You're not paying attention to the science. The very basic science is that previous infection provides a level of immunity. If you ignore that in your studies, if you don't present that in your committees, you're not being truthful or honest with us.
Wow.
And he's not. And he never is.
Wow.
Don't forget, up to the moment now, the CDC in this country recommends that kids ages 6 months and above get the shot.
Well, yeah, but that's because Dr. Fauci is science.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Don't challenge him. He is science.
the once penal colony and again penal colony of Australia eliminated shots for kids, right? And then yesterday, Denmark ended the shots for anyone under 50. Nah, you don't need to get the shot. No. But America, 6 months old, absolutely roll up your sleeves. I'm sure Big Pharma has nothing to do with it and the fact that they're in bed with the government.
No, wow, that was cynical.
Sorry, you
to even bring that up, Keith. I'm ashamed of you. I'm looking at the COVID cases. The infection rate again, it is dropping daily.
Yeah.
The average infection rate, the 7-day average, this is as of yesterday, was 63,080 people. It was 154,000 plus at this same time last year. Wow. The deaths, 475 on average. It was 1,889 last year at this time. So, I mean, they never talk about that anymore. We used to get daily updates on it. Oh, now there's 400,000 people a day infected. Well, okay, if you're going to do that, tell us the opposite. But no, there's no interest in that.